Welcome to OCP TV, the newsroom for the Open Compute Project Foundation. I'm Laura Noland at the 2020 OCP Virtual Summit. Joining me today is Gary Adams, Senior Director of Marketing at Silicon Motion, Inc. Welcome to OCP TV, Gary.
Thank you, Laura.
If you could, tell our viewers about Silicon Motion and what you do.
Yeah, we'd be really excited to. Silicon Motion is a global leader in developing NAND flash controllers for SSDs and other solid-state devices. We have over 20 years of experience in developing specialized processors and managing NAND components and delivering market-leading high-performance storage solutions into the market. With an amazing 6 billion NAND controllers shipped into the storage market in the last 10 years, SMI has a proven track record of entering new markets and providing leading-edge innovative solutions. Most recently, we've added to the market our leading NAND SSD controllers for client and enterprise SSDs and storage solutions. How do we do this? We collaborate with our customers to develop SSD platforms based on their business needs, either providing a turnkey design, which includes our ASIC, our hardware reference design kit in standard form factors for firmware optimizations on a specific platform, or alternately, we use a software development kit and enable through our ASICs with reference code to enable them to customers to do their own firmware development. Or lastly, we do full custom engagements either with just simple firmware development or an ASIC and firmware combined. So it all starts out with SMI having a strategic relationship with our NAND manufacturers as either a direct supplier or collaboration partner for NAND enablement. Our partner in storage module makers or direct customer OEMs across all markets we support for mobile, automotive, consumer, client, and enterprise. Interestingly, it's likely that in your digital experience today, you've had a data that touched an SMI NAND controller.
Very interesting, Gary. Thank you for that overview. Appreciate that. And I know that you are going to be at the OCP Virtual Summit sponsoring for the very first time, but tell us about that experience and why you decided to jump on board to sponsor.
Yes, for a number of years, SMI has been attending the OCP Global Summit, but this is our first time as an OCP sponsor with our own booth that includes our technology demonstrations and presentations. As we mentioned before, we have a history of entering new markets and finding opportunities to provide differentiated solutions for our customers. Our enterprise efforts are no exception. We started with our first data center targeted enterprise SSD controller a number of years ago and have expanded that portfolio to include our NAND SSD controllers backed with our turnkey firmware, reference designs, as well as our application SSDs, continuing on with our all-flash arrays and finally our software-defined storage solutions.
Gary, tell us what you're going to be sharing with attendees at the OCP Virtual Summit.
Yeah, sure. We want to steer traffic in a couple of different areas. One is we'll be providing a tech talk. It'll be entitled Silicon's Motion SSD Controller Focus on Data Center and Storage Trends. The presentation will highlight our developments in three areas. One, looking at the EDSFF form factor, our work with application-specific SSDs, as well as some of the next generation controller considerations on our roadmap. The other areas that we want to highlight is to steer people towards our virtual booth, where we highlight four specific product areas. On the high performance SSD platform perspective, from an NVMe controller, we have a Gen 3x8 controller supporting 16 channels. We'll be demonstrating high performance as well as many of our technology partners in SSD form that have used the technology to bring products to market. Specific companies that we'll be highlighting is Shannon Systems with their application optimized SSDs supporting both open channel and KV. Standard NVMe SSDs from Shannon Systems and Kingston Systems, as well as our FlashGo all-flash array optimized SSD. As we continue to work through the product demonstrations, we'll have the SM2271, which is our high-performance SATA 8-channel controller that's demonstrated very high-performance random IOPS, 100K kilobytes per second. We'll also be looking at our FlashGo all-flash array demonstration. We'll be demonstrating performance up to 1.2 million IOPS with sub-1 micron second latency, with full storage features set that includes data reduction and robust data protection for 5 nines availability. And lastly, focusing on data center boot drives, we'll be highlighting our Ferri SSD in a very small, compact form factor that will help us with design flexibility and provide plenty of room for power loss protection circuitry.
Lots to share at this year's summit for sure. Very exciting. So what were some of the deciding factors, the driving factors that led you to choose to become part of OCP?
Yeah, so clearly OCP is the gathering place for industry leaders in storage, including major data center companies, customers, and partners. We are aligned with the spirit of OCP to openly share ideas and believe through collaboration with others we're able to maximize and accelerate innovation. As we see more services and data move to the cloud, we want to make sure that we're an active participant to bring these solutions in an economical way and at scale. And OCP does that very well.
Well said. Okay, let's move to a little deeper into OCP and Silicon Motion. What areas of interest does Silicon Motion actively participate with OCP?
Yeah, so there's really 2 key areas as an enterprise SSD controller platform developer. We like to look at OCP security and storage projects. For storage, we're very focused in adopting the OCP NVMe specification. It provides a common set of features for hyperscale providers that can be supported at scale. In addition, we continue to focus and watch the progress on modern EDSFF form factor and looks for opportunities to collaborate with key partners for full turnkey SSD solutions supporting these type of projects. For security, it sounds so personal when we talk about security in the data center. We're focused on a number of different areas. We look at the secure boot, we look at attestation of systems and their use cases, hardware rooted trust from a detection, recovery, and protection perspective, and the integration of these technologies into SSD inputs. A lot of work being done there, and we continuously support these efforts.
Okay, yeah, you're keeping you busy for sure. And we've got more coming up through 2020. So what can we expect to see from Silicon Motion through the end of the year?
Yeah, we don't try to provide too much details in advanced roadmap, but I think it's not surprising that we're very excited about some new PCI Express Gen 4 product launches for NAND SSD controllers for both client and enterprise. This is really a critical technology as we observe specifically across markets the evolution of data traffic and high bandwidth access across these many markets. If I kind of break it down a little bit more and I look at enterprise, we'll be providing purpose-built solutions, both in high performance and mainstream SATA replacement markets, looking at both U.2 and the new EDSFF form factors, supporting new features like NVMe features like ZNS. In client, we have multiple Gen 4 solutions for both high-end and mainstream PC markets. These solutions achieve excellent balance between performance and power consumption and perfectly fit into the most common M.2 form factors. These developments are currently based on most modern NANDs, are in verification stage, and will soon be out in PC OEMs' hands in the next coming months.
Okay, we'll be on the lookout. We appreciate that update for us. Where can our viewers go to learn more and to see those updates along the way?
Yeah, so we really encourage people to go to our Silicon Motion virtual booth. It showcases an array of our latest technologies and products, as we discussed in today's call. Available within the virtual booth and via click, you can see our product introductions, including some of the videos I discussed, as well as we'll have virtually manned in the booth people that can answer technical questions on data center related topics, OCP topics, or anything with our products.
Okay, there you have it. Thank you so much, Gary, for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, Laura. And I wish everybody the best OCP event, and be well and safe.
And thank you, viewers, for tuning into OCP TV. Enjoy the virtual show.